Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, right? Anyway, I'm gonna try and knock this reading out here before I have another appointment this morning, so get that done, right? Hey, I don't need your assistance right now. My goodness. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but also the parent of all others. Cicero, Roman statesman, alive between the years 106 to 43 BC. Okay. What does this say? This says the first of Muharram begins at sundown. I don't know what Muharram is, so I'll have to look that up later. Anyway. I was getting a message earlier that somebody thinks you need to like call off your ancestor or something. Like, is that even like how is that even possible? Do you know what I mean? Like, and the reason why is because they're in trouble. Okay, because they did something they're not supposed to do. But the message I was hearing is they're on their own. You know what I mean? Like, this don't have anything to do with you. Like, you don't need to pray for their woes, you know, but it's kind of one of those things. It's like, oh, well, you ticked off so and so. Oh, well, yeah, I will step aside and let you handle that because I wouldn't have wanted to be in the middle of that when they were alive. But now that they're finding some stuff out, do you know what I mean? Like, no. So whatever this person thought they were going to get away with, they're not. You know, and like most narcissistic people, you know, it's a matter of somebody finally saying no to them. You know what I mean? Oh, you said no to me. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that get rejected every day, pal, lady, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they think they're always going to be the exception. They think they're always going to, and it's like, there's just certain things that you have to go through in life, right? You know, that's considered a rite of passage. And for some people, becoming an adult is, you know, that most difficult part. So, anyway. So, if any of you guys have been feeling that, especially today regarding ancestral realms, just know that they are fully aware. Tower on the bottom. Yeah, they're fully aware that this person is maybe facing some real trouble. You know, this is not like, oh, I typed this wrong and I'm going to need a new copy. No, this is like they knew what they were doing. They signed on the dotted line. They didn't think anybody was going to figure it out because, you know, they're so much smarter and so much more brilliant, right? That's another thing that some of these narcissists, it's like that delusion of grandeur, right? Thinking they're the smartest person in the room. Oh my God. When I worked in the corporate world, we had a few of those, right? And one of one of the ladies I used to work with, she used to call it a legend in their own mind. Because when you start talking to these people, then they start telling you how much they know about this and that and the other. And it's like, okay, that's great, but we're working on this right now. You know what I mean? And I've actually had people say that to me. Like, they're like, oh, don't you hate it when you're like the smartest person in the room? And I'm looking at this guy like, oh, you really think that, huh? He's divorced now. I mean, remarried, but you know. They always say the first one's the one that lasts the longest, right? No, I do not know any Hindi language. Gaurav, I'm sorry. So if you spoke Hindi to me, I would not recognize it. I do speak a little bit besides English, but not in the Hindi language. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Collective, I feel like you're busy, you know, building your home, maintaining your home, watching over your family, you know, and not worried about, you know, like your immediate family, like who's under your umbrella, right? You're not over here looking at their umbrella and their umbrella and their, you know what I mean? You're not doing that. So that's why that message earlier may be very significant for you, okay? 10 of Pentacles. And yeah, look at that. 10 of Pentacles came out in yesterday's reading. So, collective, I feel like there's kind of no stopping you. And I think that's, you know, potentially what this other person thought that they were going to get away with. They thought they were going to be able to stop you from getting this 10 of Pentacles, or they thought they were going to share in it or something. You know what I mean? Like they're looking over at your umbrella. And it's like, dude, I thought you had a whole bunch of umbrellas at home. Why didn't you bring one? Or don't you got money for an umbrella? You know, Mr. Big Shot, Miss Big Shot, right? It's always like, oh, I'm the biggest and the baddest around. And then all of a sudden, when they're in trouble, they're standing there like, oh, nobody wants to help me. It's like, excuse me. Excuse me. Weren't you the one going around saying how your poop don't stink? So what do you need my help for? You know, some of these people, they act like they want to stand on business when collective, you're the only one standing on business. You know, getting up, going to work, you know, doing your chores, you know, taking care of your kids or, you know, whoever you're responsible for in your family, right? And some of these people are grown adults who've never taken responsibility for nothing. And all of a sudden they want you to be responsible for them. Yeah, your ancestors, like, not if I have anything to do with it. I'm serious. They are serious too. It's like it's like you ticked off the wrong one. You ticked off the wrong one. You know what I mean? We used to have an old expression, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So, you know what I mean? Leo's strength. So this situation may be calling for you to have strength, especially if somebody's going to try and pull on your heartstrings and be like, oh, but we're blood, but we're family. And, you know, you could be like, you know what? I haven't seen you in years. And I don't want to see you in years neither. You know, like, you know, just because they show up with the family tree from, you know, genealogy.com. Like, you know, some of that is cool and everything. People are like, oh, I found my long lost son. And then other times it's like, what are they trying to accomplish out of that? Like, there's kind of that funny story of when, you know, when the Berlin Wall fell and, you know, all these families got to reunite and stuff. And then what happened? They went home. They went back to their other sides on the on the other side of the wall. They're like, yeah, well, I still gotta go to work tomorrow, so, you know, nice seeing you. It's been, yeah, 20 years, but yeah, it's nice seeing you. Emperor Aries energy here with the Sphinx. Okay, so collective, I feel like you're building something far greater, far bigger than what these people expected of you. You might be vocalizing this more as well. This could be surprising people just because of the scale of it as well. When they're like, oh, you can dream big. It's like, well, isn't that what we're all taught as little kids? Dream big, right? And there'll be people, especially these people that are in trouble, and be like, "Oh, well, they're the one with the delusion. They're dreaming too big." Well, when you keep showing up for work every day, why can't you dream big? You're putting in the work. You know, adults understand that. You know, grown-ups understand that. They could be like, "Oh, well, I'm putting in the work. I'm doing the thing." It's like, yeah, you're doing something, but it ain't working. So, like I said, some of these folks are taking off the ancestors. Somebody in the chat says, one thing I do know, everyone will need somebody. Yeah. Lover's card, Gemini. Just hitting the end of Gemini season here, right? I feel like this person also, you know, if it's not a relative, it could be one of those things where your ancestor is ticked that this person, you know, thinks that they can take advantage using succubus energy. So they probably thought, oh, I'll just go and work my magic over this person and that person, and I'm so irresistible. You know, these people like, oh, nobody can turn me down. I'm so irresistible. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, watch them, you know. And that's another thing too. I've seen people, you know, for talk about both sexes and be like, oh yeah, I could get any girl. Oh yeah, I could get any guy. Just because you're dating somebody doesn't even mean that it's. Look at all the relationships that break up. So to say that you can get something, it's like, it's very short-sighted. Because you might be able to get it once, but are you able to hang on to it? Right? Somebody in chat says, I'm always putting in work. Yeah, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. Right? Star card here. Hey, just calm down. It's thundering and stuff where I'm at. Aquarian energy as well. Yeah, you're happy being your special little snowflake, right? And part of that collective is because you know how to keep it rooted. You know how to. It's like you're able to celebrate these wins because you have it. Right? You're able to go out to dinner and do whatever you want because you've been working. You've been, you know what I mean? This is like, I'm feeling very much a celebratory energy for you. Okay? And this could be your ancestors also saying that it's okay to talk about your goals. It's okay. You know, because sometimes we're like, oh, I don't want to share this with so-and-so because they're going to crap all over it. Well, maybe it's the type of people that your ancestors are going to be after. Here very soon. It's probably already begun. Just let you know. Anyway, what's that song? We've only just begun. Yeah, somebody in the chat says you want it to last. Exactly. And you know, some of these folks that think, oh, well, I'll just get them this way and they'll never know, and ha ha ha, you know, and it's like you actually believe that. This was years ago. I was having a conversation with a dude, and they had, in order to have kids, like they had to take some special kind of medication or something. You know what I mean? Like, and one day they're like, "Oh, we're pregnant again." I was like, "How did that happen?" 'Cause, you know what I mean? It's like they were only taking it while they were, you know. And so I can't remember. I don't know if they didn't have to take it this time or something. It was something like that. But somebody was eavesdropping on that conversation, and they came up to me and they're like, "What? You don't know how that happens? Oh my God." Like, they actually, I think, believed in their mind, like I said, legend in their own mind, they actually believed that I didn't understand, like, the rules of conception as an adult female. But, yeah, like, let me tell you, that person later was found to be stealing from the business. Maybe because they thought they were smarter than everybody. Maybe because they actually believed the other people were so dumb and they're just so. It's like, man, I must just be so much smarter than everybody else. Is you now? That's what I'm saying. Ancestors are going to have something to say about that. You know, it's, the old show was truth or consequences. And when these people don't want to accept the truth, they're going to get faced with the consequences. In some cases, it might be losing that job because they were stealing. It might be criminal prosecution. Because not everyone's just going to let you walk away. Some people are going to be like, you know what? No, I'm going to press charges on this mofo. And this is what I'm saying. This is where your ancestors are like, and that is their path to walk. That path is for your steps alone. Addiction. This person could have addictions. I'm getting gambling. It says here financial struggles. So, yeah. So, especially if they come asking you for money, no is the only answer you need. They'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. This sounds like a romantic partner, somebody not maybe who you are related to, but I think often it happens more with, like these romantic partners, like, oh, help me, you know what I mean? And they're like pulling on your, Caution, find out more information, don't overwork yourself. Yeah, this is a Four of Pentacles here, so again, if somebody comes to you and then they're like, oh, well, I got an idea to make money that's going to help me, get back on my feet and everything. And you'd be like, you know what? Why don't you go for that? And, hey, 6 months from now, a year from now, if I'm still interested, then, we can talk. You know what I mean? And then they'll be like, no, I need the money right now. And see how they react. They start throwing their notepad down and slamming the car door and hollering. You know what I mean? It's like, That's what I'm saying. You might need to have strength. Unfortunately, there's too many times when, people say no and then something horribly violent occurs. So, make sure you protect yourself. And there's people facing trials for, offing their relatives as we speak due to this exact issue. Spy. So someone's got their eye on you. You are doing your research. Okay. So again, this person could be trying to pop up because they see you're doing well. It's that kind of thing. Or they want to see, like, oh, is anybody else around them? Like, are they in business with anybody else right now? I can just sneak in there. It's like somebody's doing recon on you. But collective, you've already kind of researched this. So you're already going to know why they're coming, right? And when they're, intuition. And when they're like, oh, well, what do you mean? You'll be like, well, I mean, I've seen the reports that say you owe this and that. I've seen, the law verdicts come back not in your favor. I've seen some of these things on the matter of, it's called public record, right? Is it like, are we really that, you know what I mean? Or is it just a matter of public record? And it's like, just imagine the old days before the internet, right? Because they were getting away with it. They ain't getting away with it now. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite later, yeah. Okay, so anything that is sus, or where they're having to like explain it excessively, it's like you're gonna be like, I don't think so. I don't think it's time yet. Shouldn't be. Anyway. Sometimes they show up early, so we'll see. I'm gonna try and finish this up here. So it might be kind of short. Open up your heart. It will help you attract more love here with the Lover's card, but not the Succubus, obviously. Okay, so know the difference between temporary and lasting. All right? Open up your heart, not your legs, right? Let go. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. Okay. Yeah, because you deserve this star card. So once you let go to these karmic ties, it's like gonna literally feel like you're flying. Have you ever collective, if you've gone through like a depression or something like that, or feeling low, and then you just feel like really heavy, but when you're over it, it's like, oh, your shoulders feel lighter, you can breathe. Do you know what I mean? It's like that suffocating energy has dissipated. This is what your ancestor is going to be doing for you, okay, to help you be able to kind of soar your wings, more on your own. And whoever this person is, they're not going to like it. They're going to be like, oh, why isn't the ancestor helping me? Same old, same old. Whereas they never put in the work. Oh, well. I know, you guys. That was kind of wild when I was getting that. So, yeah, communicate over here, compromise, forgive, work it out. But you also have the Eight of Cups, which is Pirate. So there might be somebody who's like, oh, can we just talk about it? Can we both, especially if it's related to this ancestor issue. This is where you're like, you know what? I'm calling Pirate. I'm not going to play by your rules. Because their rules are whack. Their game is whack. Their game is going down the drain. Right? It's circling the slow death. So this communication might be with whatever this message is for here. Okay, with attracting more love. Okay. But remember, forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, right? So, if you are expecting to hear from somebody, make sure they're coming correct, with their own Ten of Pentacles, right? So, like, if this is a dating situation, collective, feel free to ask, what are your goals for the next year? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You know what I mean? Some people be like, oh, it's like a job interview. Well, sometimes I can tell you a lot about people, if they have goals or not. Some people, especially if you're a Queen of Pentacles, first card that came out, if you're not somebody who wants to accomplish things, a Queen of Pentacles is probably not going to be very happy with that person. You know, with the person that's just like, oh, I don't know where my next paycheck's coming from. Oh, I don't know. I'll just maybe ask my family for something. You know what I mean? This kind of thing. No. Right? Recognize up front, right? And don't be putting your fish in that barrel. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. Air sign. You could be an air sign as well. All right. So I don't know who the spy is collective, but the thing is, you know how to do your research too. And it's kind of funny where they like literally, they like actually bully. It's almost like they thought you were illiterate. Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes that happens when you're around people where they do a lot of this, right? That's why your teachers are always telling, why teachers always tell people since time they're little kids, the best thing you can do, is open up your ears and listen. Anyway, I gotta cut this reading off here. They might be here. The way the dog's barking. Anyway, I will talk to you guys next time. Remember to like the video. You do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. Okay. Until next time, please do manifest wise. Bye bye. Yes, I hear.